If you're seeing white boxes inside your bank reconciliation screen in QuickBooks Online, pay attention, because those white boxes are usually telling you that something in the bookkeeping file has not actually cleared the bank or the credit card account yet. And a lot of business owners ignore them because they assume the bookkeeping is done correctly. But those white boxes can mean a bill or an expense was entered but never paid, something was duplicated, or there's an entry sitting in the file that never actually hit the bank statement at all. So in this video, I'm going to show you what those white boxes actually mean and what to look for, and why your bank reconciliation screen is one of the fastest ways to spot problems inside a bookkeeping file. But if we've never met before, hi, my name is Janet Mercredi. I'm your profitable CFO, and I help Canadian small business owners make sense of their numbers so they can make better decisions about their time, their pay, and their profit. And on this channel, we talk about all the money stuff that most small business owners were never taught. Hey, it's Janet here. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to make sure you knew about something I created just for you. I've built a cash flow forecast spreadsheet tool for small business owners like you, because most small business owners look at their profit and loss and think they're doing fine. But what they really need to know is, when is the money actually coming in? When are the bills actually going out? And how long is that money in your bank account going to last? And a cash flow forecast answers all three of those questions. So if you want it, the link is in the description box below. You can download it and start mapping out your cash flow so you can see where your business is actually going instead of just guessing. Okay, back to the video. So to show you exactly what I mean, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to walk through this together. Okay, so here we are back in the QuickBooks sample file. I'm currently on the bank's transaction screen, but we're going to now go to a reconciliation. So let's pretend that all of these entries have been entered, right? We've entered them into our QBO like we talked about in the last video, using the bank feed the professional way, right? And now the month is over. So now it's time to reconcile our bank account. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the gear icon and we're going to find reconcile. So in doing this reconcile, first of all, you have the drop-down menu here to do any bank account that you happen to have. So again, being that this is a sample file, it says the beginning balance is 0. Normally, when you reconcile every month, the end of the previous month balance is going to be the start of the new month balance. So we're just going to fictitiously put in an amount and say we're going to use the date of May 31st as when your bank account printed, okay? So we're going to start reconciling. Now, generally speaking, when we have, like we talked about in the previous video, when we have entered our expenses or bills and invoices into QuickBooks and then matched them in the bank feed, then every entry that shows up in your reconciliation screen would have a green box. And in fact, I'll flip to my own file to show you what the green box looks like. But for purposes of this, just imagine that there's a green box underneath the amount. And generally speaking, reconciliation, because we've done all of the bookkeeping up to this point for the month, because of those green boxes in doing the matching, these check marks would already be here as well. So what we're doing here is we're looking at our actual bank statement and we're like, yep, we wrote a check number 2020 to this person, 791, and we check it off. Okay. So you can see here, there's one payment that showed up and currently 0 deposits. Our difference is 13,136. Again, totally fictitious. I'm not looking at a real bank statement. But what you would do is these numbers are important because as you check off, yes, I wrote this check 2021 to Garcia's event space for $847.50. As you check these off, your payments are going to increase. Now, here's one where we have a deposit. And so the deposit also is going to increase. So what you're doing is you're looking at your actual bank statement, and on your bank statement, it not only gives you the balance of what your ending balance is based on the date, it also tells you the number of deposits and the number of withdrawals or checks, and it gives you totals. And so that's another indicator for you as you're seeing these numbers increase, and they increase every time you do a check mark, you're going to know how much closer you are to reconciling your bank statement. And this difference is going to help you do that. And so as we are going along and we are reconciling, so we're going to say that, yes, we received this deposit and we received this deposit and we received this deposit. Again, if it had a green box, QuickBooks would already have this checked off for you. But because we're in a sample file, we're doing it manually. Okay. I want to say, okay, here's an example of a sales tax payment. So we have a sales tax payment that took place as well. So we have to mark that off. So The reason I wanted to show you that is because here's a bill payment. And yes, we made a couple of bill payments. I just want to show you the difference between how they show up, because sometimes it's a check, sometimes it's a bill payment, and sometimes it's a sales tax payment, or an expense would be another option, right? So you're going to check all of these off. And let's just say, okay, for purposes of illustration, this will come to a 0 when it is absolutely correct. However, I talked about the white spaces, okay? So let's say this number is 0. Everything is good. It's all matching to your bank statement. I know it's not that right now. Don't give me any flag for that. It's a sample file. But if you are at the end of your reconciliation, this number matches your payments, this number matches your deposits, and this number is 0, then you're going to do a save and close. Like, you're going to be able to finish now. However, before you do that, you could have some entries like these ones that are the white boxes. And this is what I mean by the white boxes. I mean, everything is balanced, everything is reconciled, it shows a 0, it shows your deposits match, it shows your payments match, but you still have some transactions that are sitting here as a white box, meaning they're not check marked off, right? Like this, okay? Now, what I mean by this is where you have to stop and ask yourself and look at the actual entry itself. There are going to be times where this white box is a legitimate reason for it not to be reconciled. A check is a prime example. If you are a business that writes checks to your vendors, it is very common where you have a bill come in the month of May, as an example. You write the check in the month of May. However, the vendor does not cash it until the month of June, right? That's common. So in that sense, if you have this white box, then it's a very legit expense. And you're looking at this and you're like, this is okay for me to press the finish now button. Okay, because you know that. You have a list of all of the checks that you wrote last month, and this is telling you that they've been mailed out. The vendor now has them. They just haven't physically cashed them yet. That's okay. You're okay to finish this reconciliation with that white box. However, there's other times where you have these white boxes and you might have 2 entered here, this 847.50. You might have this entered twice. One has a green box, so therefore it's got the check mark on it, right? And another one is just a simple white box. That in itself is an indication that there's a duplicate entry. What happens with duplicate entries? Duplicate entries means we then inflate our expenses. So if that is the case, if the duplicate entry has been entered incorrectly, then we have to actually delete that before we finish our reconciliation and do the finish now button, okay? So you see where I'm going with this is that, yes, there are going to be times where you have a white box that is legit and you're okay to finish now. But there's going to be times where you're going to get missed some of the transactions and they actually should not be entered, okay? This will make more sense to you when I flip to my own file to show you what the green boxes look like, okay? But just know that if you've done reconciling and you're done and this is down to a 0, you would click the finish now. And yes, again, this is a sample file, so it's not going to give me. Okay, so here's a prime example. I'm going into my own company file again, my own QBO. So I'm going to reconcile my video editing bank account. Remember, I'm a certified profit first professional, so I don't just teach the stuff, I work the stuff and I use it in my own business. So all of my bank accounts are nicknamed for the purpose of the job that we're giving my money, okay? So here's my RBC video editing, and this is a real balance, and this is the real date that the bank account is being reconciled. So I type in the balance, I type in the date, I click start reconciling, and again, this is simply to show you here's the green box. So when we're using our bank feed as a verification tool and not as a posting tool, that means that we've entered in the deposit interest, entered in the transfer from the income account to the video editing account. The green box shows up and QuickBooks automatically has reconciled it for me. So here is the payments amount matches because it's at 0. No payments have been made out of this bank account. Deposits match. It's the money going in. And there's your 0 difference. So that's what I mean when I say QuickBooks will reconcile for you and make this easier for you, but you do have to have the information in the file first. So then we just click finish now and you'll get a couple of messages saying click on to open up your report, but you can just click done, or you can actually print the reconciliation screen and keep it in your files. So that's what I have for you in today's video. However, if you're thinking, I don't want to watch another video to learn how to do my bookkeeping, I'd rather have somebody hold my hand and teach me one-on-one, well, I have a program called the QuickBooks VIP Day. It's where you and I are going to spend an afternoon together on Zoom, 1-to-1, and I will simply walk you through how to do your bookkeeping correctly and properly using the QuickBooks Online system. Otherwise, if you like what you're hearing, I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Again, my name is Janet Mercredi. I'm your profitable CFO, and I'll catch you in the next video.